Hello everybody and welcome to today's live stream where we are picking it up right where we last left off, creating some more bugs for Planet Zoo. Like Frontier doesn't do that enough already. So last stream we kind of made, or I showed off / made 5 bugs that I've been adding to the exhibit animal prop pack. And today, I thought, I was going to be working on them anyway. To be honest, I was like, I'm shooting for 50. I'm shooting for 50 bugs total to be added to the exhibit prop pack, just because I like round numbers. I think it's a solid number to, do. And so I thought there would be no more appropriate thing than to, do 50. So we need 10 more to round out the total 50. So I have some people in the chat. So hello, Rick Modding and Crazy Kwadi. Arg Zoo Leopards, Chris M, the Lord of Pizza. How you all doing? To catch anyone up if they didn't catch last stream, we made these 5 bugs in the middle, which are the Cyclamanus beetle, the Rosalia batesi beetle, the American burying beetle, the giraffe stag, and the giant stag. And then off camera, I actually spent a long time working on the additional 2 insects that you see on the left and right. And that is because they are the 2 mantis species. So last stream, I kind of showed off the mantis in its early stage, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get these in the pack just because the Animal Crossing, textures just weren't importing correctly. The textures imported correctly, but the models were weren't unwrapped, so they had no data that would be able to read the textures. So what I had to do was I basically spent my last few afternoons manually unwrapping the mantis species so that they would appear correctly in game. So as you can see, I did my best. It's not perfect, so it's not going to be as high quality as some of the other bugs. But the other thing is they are obviously, a bit, they're small. You're not really going to notice. So hopefully, this will suffice. I hope, you guys don't get too upset if the textures aren't the crispest. But I did my best with what I had. Similarly, we have the orchid mantis, which this one came out a little bit better in my opinion. I had a little bit more to work with. But like I said, they're obviously not going to be perfect. They're not going to be one-to-one with the actual Animal Crossing textures. So, please forgive me, but I tried my best to get these in the game. So, like I said, we are currently at 40 insects, and I want to round 50. So, I have kind of compiled a list of a bunch of insects that I want to do today. Probably won't get to all of them on stream, but basically, if I add a dash, it'll be an animal that we can port from Animal Crossing relatively easy. And then the other 3 are going to be a little bit more difficult, but not impossible. So they're going to require some custom models. But I have already kind of done the giant red-headed centipede, so I think we're going to start with that one, because that is the one that we have. But as you can see, I only technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the last 2 insects, I am open to suggestion. Ideally, if you could, choose one of the Animal Crossing ones, it would be a bit better for me just because I'd be able to port them easier and wouldn't have to make a custom model. But if there is one particular insect, arachnid, that sort of thing that people really, really want, I would be open to adding it. But like I said, my big thing is I'm looking for animals that are common in zoos if possible. So these are things that you'd find at museums or zoos and insect zoos and stuff. So maybe not, crazier picks like just like stuff like fleas. Let's avoid stuff like fleas and normal domestic cockroaches and stuff like that. Try to go for like animals that are more common in zoos that are like an exotic insect. But with that being said, I have to walk through the entire process of making new stuff today because I, unlike last stream, was not prepared for today's stream. So I didn't actually get to code everything from the get-go. I kind of started, but I didn't get to all of it. So you're going to be, you know, we're walking through the whole process of adding insects from scratch. So, for instance, here is the fun part. I am going to be literally just going through and making blank objects so that we can start adding them. So, unfortunately, we're going to be staring at some copy-paste for a while. Though I know some people in the chat or whatever have been wanting to see how the new modeling process is, or the new mod workflow is for using Anaki's new method that uses Axie. So this will be a good kind of step to showcase how that works. So first things first, I am literally just taking some existing things and just copying and pasting them. And we could do 45 for now. That seems about right, because I don't think we're going to get more than that on today's stream. So if you guys can pick 5 from the chat that you guys really want to do for today's stream, we can try to get those done. So I will just line them up right now. Though, like I said, I do want to get that centipede done as one of them, so really you only have 4 options. But, like, I saw, like, Rick was like, oh boy, honeybee. If you want to do the honeybee, we can do that one. I just would need to know the order. But, like I said, to start off, we're going to do the, what is it called? The giant red-headed centipede. That's going to be the first one. So, number 2. What is the number 2 beetle we're doing? Or insect, whatever we're doing. Let me know in the chat. Like I said, I'll pull up the list if you guys need it again. I think... Well, I'll do the honeybee, because I know that was, like, a thing that Rick wanted at minimum. So we can do that, because, like, obviously there's going to be the chat delay. So I'm not going to hold that against you, and I don't want to have you just staring at nothing for a bit. But, let's see. So... Let's see, so the honeybee, we'll do the centipede. Leaf wanted the giant water bug. We'll do that one. Leaf cutter ant, okay, I can do that one. So, leaf cutter ant, we'll make that the last one, because that's probably going to be the hardest one I'll do. But we have one more we got to do, so... Tiger beetle, sure, that works. So today we will work on the, I guess we'll do them in the order that I have. So we're going to be working on the centipede, the honeybee, the giant water bug, tiger beetle, and then the leafcutter insect. So that's cool. So if I get to more, I will do that, but I wouldn't hold out hope. Just because that's going to be a bit tedious to do all... specifically the leafcutter insect, because if it works kind of similar to last stream, I was able to do roughly 5 before... Like, I was able to do 4, you know, stealing them from Animal Crossing, 1 custom, and so that seems about right. So... Especially because the leafcutter insect, that's going to need some... a little bit of more... Because I think... And you guys could probably agree with me here. The leafcutter insect should probably have a leaf attached to it, right? That wouldn't make much sense to not have a leafcutter insect. Just, I mean, I guess I could, and then I could make the leaf a separate object so that you could place it in the you know, ant's mouth or mandibles, but I feel like that would just be a pain. But here we go. And NDP is gonna, you know, hate me for doing this, but I am going to not be using his thing. He made a script that makes it a little bit easier to just add new entries, but I've found that it actually takes more time opening that script and changing stuff than it does for me to just, you know, copy and paste stuff really quickly. But what I like about this new method, as you can see, everything is numeric. So I literally just need to change, you know, the number to be 41, 42, 43, etc. And so I'm able to just kind of mass produce objects really, really quickly. And so, you know, these are 50 custom models and stuff, and yet I was able to do it pretty much in the last week, which is pretty good, all things considered. So this one's a bit of a pain, though. You have to do 4 tags each. And like I said, this is probably going to change too, because the animal tag currently has already quite a bit of animals attached to it, because it has all of the exhibit prop pack animals in addition to the bird pack animals. And then I wanted to talk to Sib, because I want to probably, and JoJo for that matter, about adding the animal tag for our additional birds that we each added 1 bird to our respective packs. So I added the gray-backed vulture, JoJo added the cockatoo, and Sib added the what's it called, the crow. So I kind of wanted to fix that so that, you know, they all have the same tag, so that even though they're in different packs, you'd be able to identify them all. What did I miss here? So 1, 2, let me just copy these, because I definitely messed something up when I just copied them. That looks about right. That looks right. Okay, cool. So that's all good. That's all good. Hey, Nick, what do you think about expansion packs from Planet Zoo? Or what do you think about expansion packs in Planet Zoo from Zoo Tycoon 1 and 2? 30+ animals and a bunch of different things. I see, on one hand, I'd be, you know, that's the ideal thing that we think we want, right? Because obviously that was a great, you know, it was always fun getting a pack dumped on you. You know what I mean? Like, it was always nice being like, oh my god, we got, you know, all these different animals. We got, you know, even, like, weird ones at the time. I don't know if that would fly anymore, though, because the reason Zoo Tycoon was able to get away with doing the expansion pack thing, first and foremost, the internet wasn't as big. So even though we had stuff, like, people will bring up, like, oh, the volcano days and stuff, that was in the later end of Zoo Tycoon's lifespan, and DLC in general wasn't a thing that was as commonplace. So people were fine playing Zoo Tycoon 1 and 2 for a year before we got the, you know, next expansion pack and stuff, versus Planet Zoo that we're playing it constantly and talking about it constantly. Like, the fact that you're asking me right now is like perfect evidence of this. People want to talk about what's the next pack, even though we just got the Europe pack like a month ago, give or take. So I don't know if the expansion pack idea of waiting a year would suffice, like, you know, go down so well. So while I do think we need updates faster, it also comes down to you sacrifice, you know, you're basically sacrificing, do you want it faster or do you want more content? Like, do you want content faster or do you want to wait, but it all comes in a big package? Because right now, they basically have the same idea as an expansion pack if we go off of the yearly stuff. Like, the first year we got 12 animals not including exhibit animals in the, you know, DLCs. So that was a little bit lackluster, but then you can look at then the second year, you know, this last year, we got 2 animal packs, so that was 7 and 7, so we're already at 14, and then we got an additional 8 from the, you know, Africa and Europe packs. So that brings us to the like 20-something that you would essentially get from a Zoo Tycoon pack, but we got it sprinkled out throughout the year instead of all at once. So it's tough. While I love the idea of more animals and more scenery and stuff, I kind of am understanding that we have, you know, stuff sprinkled out in smaller doses than just giant packs. Though I will definitely say there are downsides to that, obviously, and you see that with the, you know, demand for, you know, more areas to be represented. Like Australia only getting 4 animals, and everyone's like, oh my god, that's horrible. What are you talking about? We need, you know, at least 20 or something. And so while it's great to, you know, dream about the Wildlife Park or Zoo Tycoon packs, I do think the smaller packs, getting them out more frequently, is a bit better for the game. Because, like, let's say Zoo Tycoon and Planet Zoo have the same length of time, you know, for development. So, you know, if it was, you know, 4 or 5 years of Planet Zoo, then it's less, you know, crazy that, you know, we got a bunch of smaller mini packs with less animals if we got the same amount of animals cumulatively. So that's kind of my takeaway. Now, that being said, we don't know. Because do I think that we're going to get 5 years of development for Planet Zoo? Absolutely not. But, you know, it definitely could be a thing. So I want to try this out. Because Inaki said that this should work, and I want to see if that's the case. So I'm in the prefab system, and anyone who was following me on the modding server yesterday, I was showing off literally all you have to do is just copy and paste what I add and then change the handful of tags. And so I think we should be good if I just do this. Because he said that it just needs the game OVL. So I actually want to test this out right now. So before I do anything else, we are going to grab a fresh model from, we'll just make it a duplicate of the last object, which I think was the American burying beetle. So we're going to make a duplicate just right now, because I just want to see if this works, because from what Anaki said, I don't even need to include the first part of the prefab, I just need the game prefab. So if I go into my Green Anna folder, go to models, go down to 40, change 40 to 41, edit that edit, rename it, unpack it, and then we just dump it in there. If I check in 41, that looks good to me. Okay. Right now, I'm just going to do this. Centipede. Because I have all my centipede files or whatever also in this folder, because I was editing that right before stream. So, but this should all be fine. So now we just gotta go in here. We gotta grab the new Cobra tools, Flexi, Mod Tool GUI. We select our reference folder, then we grab our base folder. Models, Green Anna, select folder, we change our thing to Planet Zoo, pack it, and right now I am just, like I said, exclusively checking if the centipede went through. So we're gonna have to exit out of Planet Zoo and restart it really quickly. And let that load. In the meantime, I can check the chat. My Amazon yellow-fronted parrot is just chilling on the chandelier, and we can't reach him. That's pretty great. I love how it's just going through each one of these, editing all of them. Okay, I think it finally finished. So if I select anything other than the centipede, it will definitely crash on me. So we're going to try to not do that. What's up, J-Dog? How you doing? We have a snowstorm coming. It already started snowing here, and I'm hoping that it's not too bad. I'm disappointed. A lot of me, Leaf, Dill, and Croco were all supposed to go to Mystic tomorrow, but obviously if we're getting anywhere from, I think around Rhode Island, they said we're getting like 11 inches of snow. Parts of Mass and stuff I heard we're getting like 24, so that's crazy, but yeah, not a fun time to, I hate nor'easters. So let's try this. Okay, so it did work, right? So then Inaki is right. So then it's actually even easier to make prefabs than I thought. So with that being said, let's work on it then. So yeah. Let's see what we gotta do. Well, first things first, we can start editing the textures to be our new centipede texture. So we will go into here. Frankly, I don't even know if I really need the MDL2s and stuff anymore. So we'll just delete those. So I went with the giant. So originally my buddy said, oh, you should make the, I think it was the desert centipede, and then I looked it up, and then I found this one, which is the red-headed giant red-headed centipede, so it looks very similar to the Amazonian one, but slightly different. So we're doing that one because it was pretty easy for me to copy. And it's very similar to the banana slug, the less amount of work I have to do, but it, like, you know, adds a new animal. That's always good. Blizzard warnings are everywhere. You guys are gonna get slammed. Yeah, that's pretty much the case. Gotta love nor'easters. I love living in New England for, like, our weather normally, because, like, we have no natural disasters of note. We don't have tornadoes or volcanoes or earthquakes or, you know, tsunamis are very rare, that sort of thing. But occasionally, blizzards and tropical storms are the big thing. But you know what? I'd actually still rather take them than any of the others I listed. The others seem way more destructive. Like, tornadoes are, like, horror. Julie loves tornadoes and, like, always wanted to see, like, a big, like, you know, what are the category 9 storms or whatever, like, where it's, like, a crazy tornado that, like, wipes out everything. But, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to go down to, like, Kansas or something and, like, hunt down a tornado. See ya. And as one person leaves, another joins. Hello, Philly Sports. How you doing? There we go. File, save as. PNG. The roughness maps are always, like, the most annoying thing I have to do, because I just have to, like, manually go in and just add each one of these. That one, then we do this one. I still don't quite know what the third roughness map is. I know the first channel is for metallic, the second one is a normal roughness map, and I don't know what the third one is. I know the fourth one, however, is sometimes used as opacity. It's not always used as opacity, but sometimes is. Alright. But it looks like everything is up to snuff, so now the last thing we gotta do is actually add the centipede, and then we'll be good. So we're gonna load in our American burying beetle, and then we will load in our centipede. So I don't know how large giant, red-headed centipedes are, so let me look that up right now. Giant red-headed centipede. Length. Oh. They are 17 centimeters. But they could grow to be 20 centimeters. So that should be, if I'm correct, we'll make it long. It's a giant one. So we'll do this. Oh, is it like roughly the same size as the other one? Oh, okay, that's just funny then. I thought it was gonna be like a slightly different size. No, it's like basically identical to the actual centipede. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it a little bit bigger because it's supposed to be giant, and then I'm gonna maybe shrink these a little bit. These are the, I don't know what you want to call them, mandibles, or they're like, I was informed they're like fake antennas to like make it so that prey doesn't know like which side is their front, which was good because I didn't know which side was the front of a centipede either until I did some research. So we'll do this, join, then we go into modeling, then we grab this, and we do that, and then we'll go and grab this. There we go. So now the only thing that is a little bit of a pain is the collider, because centipedes are really, really weird. And centipedes like to be weird crooked shapes, which I don't really appreciate, personally. So, like, to some extent, I almost have to do, like, a weird crooked collider, which I don't really like. So something like this, I guess, and then we'll make it a little bit wider and a little bit longer, but not by much. Like that. Did they include a little bit of the Planet Coaster theme in the North America music? I thought I heard, like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That'd be pretty great if they did. I would appreciate that. Like, that'd be a cool thing if they just worked in, like, a little reference to Planet Coaster occasionally in the Planet Zoo. So, give me a sec. I won't be able to see the chat for the next 20 seconds or so. That doesn't mean go and do some crazy stuff, but it'll at least allow me to finish this centipede up. Done, 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 done. File, export, MDL2, centipede, 41, apply, edit bones, export, and let me look at the chat again. What did you guys say while I was gone? You're talking about dehydrated crickets. That's something, all right. I've been seeing cloud pumps 3 times. Nick, I got a story. So my parrot just flew around and started attacking my sister. Oh. Interesting. Alright. Do that, do that, do that. So, if I did this all correctly, we should have a centipede working. I am probably going to have to copy one of the other insects for this next insect base, though, just because it's probably not going to work out using the centipede collider, because I now made it crooked. But let's do that, do that, do that, do that, and looks good to me. Alright, looking good. Delete it, check that, pack it, smack it, load Planet Zoo. So if I did this all correctly, we should have a working centipede that isn't broken, so that'll be good. Why Planet Zoo 2? It's not Planet Zoo 2, it's making bugs in Planet Zoo 2. So it's making bugs in Planet Zoo 2. Not a game called Planet Zoo 2. And I only called it that because I wanted to include the electric Bug-aloo, because I thought that would just be great. Alright, centipede time. So here's our Amazonian giant centipede, and here's our... Never mind, it's not loading. What's the issue? It apparently has an issue. Why does it have an issue? Did the packing process not finish or something? That's possible. Yeah, it looks like the packing process didn't quite finish the last time. I now have so many things that it's not like the easiest thing to like just quickly update. So now it looks like it finished. So let me try to check in game again. I could be wrong. Yes, it is part 2. That is true. Tornado chasing is like a Midwest pastime. Well, I mean... Like, again, Julie loves the idea of tornado chasing. I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. We're just not in a very good position for, like, a hobby like that. Because, like, Julie really liked meteorology and storm chasing and stuff. But, obviously, New England's not the best for that sort of climate. Alright, so it's not showing up, which means... one of a few things. Okay. appears to be a texture issue. So I'm guessing, and I will probably be right about this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm right, actually. I know I'm right. So I know what I deleted by mistake that I shouldn't have, and that is the FGM right here. So the model is there, it's just invisible because I accidentally deleted the thing that makes it so that it appears. I deleted the material. But now, if I reload, it'll actually be there. So that'll be cool. The Iberian Lynx is finally... Yeah, the Narwhaler did a really, really good job on that. I gotta say, he did a really good job. Because I remember that was like a thing that he was talking about for a while. Like, I want to make an Iberian Lynx because they added the much more inferior lynx, the Northern European Lynx. And I'm like, I mean, it's not that bad. We want the Iberian. It's the only thing. And it's, I think it's because he's Spanish. So he cares only about Spanish animals. It was the same thing about the Ibex situation when I said I was telling him I was working on the Nubian Ibex. He's like, well, fine, but I want to do the Iberian, and you better not get in my way. Okay, here is the new centipede. There we go. Look at that. It's so different, right? Because this one is black, and the other one is just red. And they have slightly different color things and a different shaped antenna. So, cool, right? So, there you go. That's a brand new animal. And so... now we can get to the real fun, which is making a totally different thing from total scratch. So, here we go. So, that being said, we can make number 42, which I believe we are going to be doing the honeybee, if I'm not mistaken. And, like I said, I do not want to use any of this as a base. I'm going to use some other animal, personally. Just because. So, I should have done all the inits. I think I did all the lock files, right? I think I did everything but the prefab itself. So, honeybee is great. That's all great. Everything's great. Everything's fine, guys. We're good. Yep, okay. So, the only thing I have to do is the prefabs. Which, you know what? I'll just do all the prefabs now. Or did I do them already? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. So... I can actually start, because what this actually means is I could hypothetically go in and really clean up this code. I'm at like 13,000 lines of code. I can make this much more reduced. So if you guys can hold out for the next 3 or 4 minutes, I'm just going to quickly do all of the coding so that we don't have to do any more coding for the rest of the stream. So if you're cool with that. So that's 42, so that covers our next animal. So we'll do 43 now. So this is why you want to do the numeric thing. So any other modders out there, if you're looking, this is why you do the numeric thing. So the only thing you have to change between, you know, different objects is the number. So you don't have to mess with any of the code, you just copy and paste it and change 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, etc. And you don't need to do really anything else, at least for similar objects. Obviously, like if you want something that is flexicolor or something, it's a little bit of a different process. But for the most part, pretty simple if you have a lot of similar things like I do with the beetles and bugs and butterflies and stuff of that nature. So 44, where's 45? 45, 45, and 45, and 45. Cool. Did that. Now we're good. So now I have done all of the coding. So now we get the fun part. I have to download the Animal Crossing model because I was stupid and didn't really do it. So who wants to learn some Japanese? Anyone know Japanese here? Do I have any Japanese viewers right now? Because we're going to learn some Japanese. So the word for honeybee is Mitsubachi. Mitsubachi. I'm definitely doing the wrong enunciation, but Mitsubachi is how you say honeybee in Japanese. So now I just got to find the model for it. Mitsubachi. Download it quick. Give that a second. It should only take, 10 15 seconds, something like that. Though, actually, it might, well, it seems like it's taking a bit. Okay, there we go. Grab these. Here is our B files. Please hope it is unwrapped, or else that'll be very unfortunate. So, okay. So I think the thing with bees, right? Bees are known for wings. Wings that they have as a separate texture. So I think what we're going to do that's going to differ a little bit from what the normal thing is, I'm going to make it so that it's slightly... it's got this model is going to use its wings. So I think I am going to make that executive decision right now. So with that being said, let's get started. So first things first, we're going to start, I guess, re-texturing the bee so that it uses both things. So I think this is a fine pose for it, personally. I don't really see any issue with it, just kind of standing around. This is what it looks like normally. Oh, look at the cute little guy. And honestly, its legs and stuff seem fine to me. So this is going to be our honeybee. We can delete the armature because we don't really need it. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that the wing textures, right here, are going to be moved over. We're going to split them in half, and then we're going to move them over one. Maybe not. We're gonna move it. Can I do like a half? Yes, I can. Cool. So it's gonna be on half the texture, so that's good. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, but for the front half of the bee. So the front half of the bee is gonna be 0.5. So now if I were to combine these two together, we'd have a messed up texture, right? Except, well, first off, actually, I want to do this. Do that, remove any of the garbage that we don't need, like the wings and stuff. We don't need this guy flying. Though that would be cool. So NDP and I have been kind of messing around with some stuff that could potentially give us animations, animated props. It would be using shape keys, so we'd be able to basically set the... there's a feature in Planet Zoo that, like, when you zoom in and out of, like, certain plants and stuff, they slightly move the direction of the leaves and stuff. So using that technology, you can kind of make two poses. So what I could do, essentially, is have it so that maybe the bee has its wings, you know, flapping upward in one pose and downward in another. And then the shape key would basically make it so that it would flap its wings like this. That is maybe possible. So we're looking into that. But definitely, you know, don't get your hopes up just yet. But for now, this looks fine. That looks good. Honestly, just to make my life a little bit easier, how big is a honeybee by chance? Let's find out. A honeybee is 13 millimeters, so this is going to be very, very tiny. So, oh boy, here we go. 0.013. This is how big a honeybee is. Yep, that's a honeybee, all right. Tiny little guy. But everything else seems good. We'll delete its textures. It's UV'd correctly. File, export. We'll make it an OBJ, make it easier on ourselves. We'll call it B. We'll export it, and then now we are ready to actually hijack another model. So we'll use probably the American burying beetle model again. That seems about right for the size we want. Oh? Did I mess something up? Or maybe it's because I already had it open. There we go. So we're going to change 40 to 42. We're going to edit, we're going to rename, we're going to unpack it, and we're going to put it in the 42 folder. What's everyone saying in the chat? I'm gonna do a Kawadi mod. Wild Mustang would be cool if you want to do a Mustang mod. Last time I haven't done a, I haven't had a, or I haven't touched my Mustang mod in forever. I don't even know if Leaf updated it. I think Leaf did. He might have at one point. Because the Blue Roan Mustang was one of my very first commissions I ever did. So we'll do that. That gets us the honeybee texture for that. And then here's the wing texture. We'll, nope. File save it. File save base color. Ambient occlusion, everyone's favorite thing. We gotta make it so that it does this approximately, and then, yeah, I didn't know if it had any ambient occlusion on the wings. So I'm really not supposed to be doing this, but I'm using the, what's it called? The wing texture as ambient occlusion. Or the opacity texture. I'm using the opacity texture as ambient occlusion, which I really shouldn't be doing, but, you know, whatever, who cares. So, that's all good, that's all good. Normal map time. Grab half of our normal map. The bee is a tiny little insect, so it is a tiny little texture. Do that. Then we grab this one. Can I do a Hawkeye owl? That'd be cool. Then we'll do the wings really quickly. Let me know if you guys have any questions too about the modding process or anything else. This is why I need co-hosts. I don't like talking to myself normally. Just because I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. I like talking, but talking to myself, I just feel crazy. So that's why I like having co-hosts. So we'll do that, and then we need to make sure that that's good. That seems fine. So this is going to be cool if this works, because this is going to make it so that the wings of the bee are slightly opaque, which is kind of cool, actually. Yeah, so with that being said, I guess we're ready to actually add the bee. So we will go in here, open this up. Maybe I can do more than just the 5 insects if I'm going at this rate. Though, like I said, I know the leaf cutter insect is going to take a little bit. But, wow. Yeah, this one's going to be pathetically small. Yay for accuracy for sizing. So, go in here, change that to UV0. Combine that. Delete our American burying beetle. This is going to be the... Actually, I still don't know if this is going to be quite as small as the sacred scarab beetle. The sacred scarab beetle is so tiny. So this may beat it for the smallest insect in the pack so far. And this would certainly... And if it's the smallest insect in the pack, it should also hypothetically be the smallest prop in the game. Hypothetically. So we'll try that out. I should literally have it just not have later LODs, because like you won't be able to see it from like a distance. And I'm actually gonna decimate the bee a little bit, just because I know from a distance, A, you're not gonna want them, and I feel like bees are one of those things that I could see people spamming a lot of. Like, I can't imagine there would be that many, like, rhinoceros beetles or anything, but bees are a different boat, because, like, eventually if I add, like, a honeycomb prop to the other pack, or, you know, something of that nature, then they'd probably be a bit more likely to have something of note. So we'll just delete everything here, go into our K file, grab the files we need, grab you, paste you, delete you, run the game. Let's see if we have a working honeybee, because that'll be cool. Tell us some stories. What kind of story? Like, give me an idea. Give me a concept of a story. Stories from my own life. Just like a fairy tale. Do you want me to pull a Loomy thing? There once was a European badger that played the cello or something. Like, whatever they did. What's your favorite mod? So that, I mean, I guess instinct just goes, I guess, Kai's mod, because it's the least frustrating, but I feel like that's a cop-out. My favorite mod that I've ever made was my maned wolf. That's probably always going to be my favorite that I've done, just because it came out so well from the get-go that even in modern day, it's one of the few that, like, I don't think needs a remaster that much. Though, I did see there are some bugs with the new morphing system that makes it so that the albinos show up black, which I don't really like. Let me check the honeybee. I can't tell. Nope, that's just broken. Okay, so that means that something is wrong with the honeybee. Let's see what the issue is. It's probably prefab related. So I'll go up to 42. 43, 42, here we go. What is wrong here? 42, 42, 42, 42, 42. Okay, so if that's all fine, then what else is the issue? Is it material related? It should not be material related. Okay, is it placing down an issue? Let's see, 42, nope, that all seems fine. I'm guessing the rest is fine. Let's just try repacking it. That could be the issue. Nick had... I already did... Wait, I already did a Mustang? Yeah, I did a Mustang a while ago, so... So let's see, that's good, that's good. Let me try this out. Because I'm also wondering, this could be a thing as well. I'm wondering if it's maybe too small for the game. I don't know how big the Sacred Scarab Beetle is, but like, I'm wondering if it's like just such a small model that like the game can't even register or something. But, what was I saying? So yeah, my favorite mod I've done was the maned wolf. My favorite mod that other people have done, it kind of depends, because that changes a lot. A lot of people come up with like some really cool looking mods pretty often. There we go. So yeah, it just needed time to load, but there's our honeybee. Look at the little guy. So now if you want to make a, you know, beehive or something, there you go. You can spam down a bunch of bees. And there you go. You can make a like a hornet's nest or something. Well, I guess it's a honeybee thing, so. But that's kind of cool. So, you know, we have a honeybee in the game now. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd have to say, like, I have different favorite mods depending on who made them. So, I get, like, what did Leaf do? Like, let me think about it, because Leaf's made so many mods that like they all mesh together. I'm trying to, like, what would I say is my favorite from Leaf, for instance. I do like his Bennett's Wallaby. The Bennett's Wallaby was very good. The most impressed I was the Sloth, because him getting the Sloth working was incredibly impressive. I do like Sib's European Midnight Pack. That's really useful, because I really like the brick texture he did for that. Let me think. What's my favorite from Jen? Jen's made a lot of really good ones. Like, I guess I might say the striped hyena from Jen. She did a really good job with, though I really like the blue wildebeest. There's like a lot of them. I can't pick my like favorite in general, because there's a lot of like my favorite animals that just are mods. So yeah. That's kind of a thing. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's a bit of an anticlimactic thing, but I don't know. Favorite animal I've done, maned wolf. I guess the safari pack obviously is my baby, so you know, if you want to, that's kind of cheating, because I'm sure like a lot of you, if I said, oh, what's your favorite mod? Oh, go the safari pack, obviously. Like, yeah, I get it. But animal-wise, maned wolf. Pick one of these farm animals. Cat, Hampshire sheep, sheepdog, liger, quaddy, or serval. Or farm cat, Hampshire sheep, sheepdog, liger, quaddy, or serval. I mean, Mergy already did the serval, and I'm no offense, but you're definitely not gonna make a better serval than Mergy did. Serval's very good. You could try a Hampshire sheep. I could always go for more petting zoo animals. That sounds pretty good. Speaking of, what's the next animal on our list? What did we agree to? I already forgot. I said what we would do. Honeybee, and then... giant water bug. Excuse me. Giant water bug. We went a week without water last week because the water got... We have, water coolers at my house. That you can get, like, the refillable, like, office water, like, gallon tanks and stuff. Or, I don't know how... I think it's 5 gallons each. But you get them, like, replaced or whatever, and the water guy just didn't come, so we, like, ran out of water for, like, a few days. I mean, we have, you know, running water, but, like, drinking water, I mean. Let's see, so 42 to 43. Edit that, edit, grab that, do that, unpack that, shove it in 43, and now, back to learning Japanese, everyone! Everyone's favorite, learning Japanese on IAmTheLionRider's channel. Let's see. Where is it? It should be the giant water bug, right? Yep. Giant water bug is called Tagami. That's actually way simpler to say than I thought. Most of the Japanese names are like crazy long, like even for basic things like ant or butterfly or something, they're like ridiculously long. But yeah, Tagami. That's a kind of cool name for a water bug. So let me just grab the model for it really quickly. T is for Tagami. There it is. Tagami Nin. So it looks like Nin is maybe the word for bug in Japanese. Don't quote me on that, but that would maybe make sense. Alright. Cool. Yes, WinRAR, I'm definitely paying for you. I love that. That's like the biggest running joke in the entire internet is like no one pays for WinRAR. Which I feel like that's their fault for like making it just in their contract that like the worst thing that they're gonna do to you is give you a pop-up occasionally. Which frankly I could probably disable. How much is WinRAR? Like, I've been using it for so many years, I might actually be willing to pay for it. Because, like, it can't be that expensive, right? Like, it's WinRAR. Like... So yeah, someone look up how much WinRAR actually costs, because I'm kind of curious. Because it's just one of those things where I use it so much for like everything I use. And I think that's the other issue with WinRAR is like there's alternatives in let's say people are like actually getting cracked down about using WinRAR. No one would use WinRAR anymore because they just switched to like 7-zip or something. Will the prop pack be released once you have 50 creatures? Yes and no. So, that is the goal. Yes, 50 bugs. I will release the update. The only thing other than that is I'm still waiting on Axie to get a public release as well on Nexus. So Axie is going to be the thing that you're going to need from now on, and I want to make a video on, you know, why you need it and stuff. Coming out soon. I just need it available on Nexus before I do that. Because all people who are going to want future mods are going to need Axie. That's just, at this point, there's no real way around it. Because it's basically the thing that all of the creators have gone all in on. But let me check the giant water bug. So, but I will say it should be, once I get 50, yeah, it'll be released probably, I'm going to say by next week. There's no reason not to. Similarly, I'm going to release the North America pack part 1 with all the scenery and stuff and a few other things. So that's going to be a thing. When are you going to do a Red River Hog? It's already done. The Red River Hog mod? Yeah, that's done. It's technically out if you know where to look for it. I gave it to Jen to upload, which she never did, so. If you go on the modding server on Discord, it's there. You can download it. It's totally done. Though I didn't update it, so I should have done that, but yeah, I'm lazy. I don't get this when they say like, oh, it's giant water bug size. I don't know why Animal Crossing says unknown. Like, they say, like, it's unknown. They can exceed 12 centimeters. Okay, if they can exceed it, then how big are they? Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's like 5 inches and call it a day. But it's kind of stupid to say they can exceed this size when it's like, okay, I want to know how big they are. Sure. That seems fine. That seems like an appropriate size for a water bug. EV0, file export, OBJ, water bug, export. Now we grab this file, import MDL2 43, open that, open our new OBJ 43 water bug, open it up, there we go. So yeah, the water bug significantly bigger than the bee. That's one thing I can say definitively. Which is good, because the bigger the insect, the more visible it is. So grab that, assign it to that, and then we'll work on our collider. Alright, that looks about good. Move that up. That seems about right for the height. And then finally, we just got to do the width. Oh, there we go. Do that. There we go. That's good. Size. But I messed something up. somewhere in my process, Wait, what is the issue here? Yeah. Somewhere in my process, I somehow combined the beetle into the... or the bee into the beetle instead of the inverse. Which means we have to redo some stuff. Not a big deal. Quaddy or Liger? Liger would be cool. Both are tough, I'm not gonna lie. Is there a Safari Pack update coming soon? Not currently. I mean, yes, technically there will always be an update that will be coming at some point, but don't expect one soon. I've been working on like other packs and Safari Pack right now. They just got their update with the crocodile and stuff not too long ago. The crocodile head and the shutters and stuff. So Safari Pack probably won't be getting an update anytime soon compared to the other 5 packs. India Pack and the Exhibit Prop Pack or Animal Pack are getting the 2 closest updates. And then there will be other additional packs being added soon in the form of the Billboard Pack and the, what's the other one? North America Pack. So we'll do that. That looks good. Grab you guys, do that. Delete you. I don't know what I just did. I did something, but I don't know what. And then we'll just drag in all our textures. Put that in a blank folder. We can delete everything here. And then, once again, we just grab the files we need and we can get rid of everything else. Grab you guys, paste you in here, delete you. Pack, and we should be good. Outback Pack. Outback Pack, again, that's kind of at the mercy of Leaf. I personally said I wasn't crazy about his UI, so I would redo it, but I don't know if it's even worth it at this point. Like, I might at some point, just because it bothers me that everything is kind of a tinge of red. But, yeah. Will there be an update to the Wings of the World pack? Distant future, yes. Immediate, no. Birds are, like, the least of my concern right now, so. Alright, what am I looking at? Giant water bug. There it is. There's a giant water bug, everyone. Giant water bug. I hope Leaf is happy. How big is it relative to the other beetles? Oh. That can't be right. Is it? There's no... Oh, wait. That's why. Okay, I was like, why is this thing so big? Which it still is huge. But is that true? What's the largest insect? What's the largest insect? A weta beetle. Or a weta. Giant weta. Is that right? Can someone verify that if that's the right size? That looks really big to me. Compared to... What's the Titan beetle look like? Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one. It seems really big. Yeah, I mean... Because how many centimeters did it say they can grow up to? 12 centimeters, 4 inches. What is something that's approximately 4 inches? in game. Like what would it look like in Steve Irwin's hand? Let's find out. So if you were to drop this water bug in Steve Irwin's hand, first off, Leaf needs to fix his colliders before he releases the Outback Pack, because that annoys everything. It annoys everyone. Okay. Way too big. Okay. I'm gonna make this, like, half the size. Because I'm assuming a grown man's hand is bigger than 4. Yeah. I don't know what happened then. Why it's that big. Yeah, how did that happen? Did I do my math wrong or something? Like, if it's 0.012? I need stuff in inches. I just don't know how big stuff is. Meters to centimeters. So 1 meter, so how many centimeters was it? 12 centimeters, right? So, no, I had it right. Is that really the size? Holy crap. That is insane. Titan beetles are 6.5 inches. Yeah, then how is this? This math doesn't even make sense then. Right? Because, as an example, right? So this math isn't making sense. This is a cube, right? This cube is 1 meter. 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, right? So if I was to shrink it, right, to be 12 centimeters, I change this to be 0.12, which gets me to this size. So explain how, because like for instance the Titan beetle and stuff, that's all based off the in-game sizes. So like the Titan beetle, for instance, this is how big it is. So I just don't understand how this is even making sense, really. If you're saying a Titan beetle is 6.5, how is... Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. 1 meter is 12 centimeters. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying 1 meter is 12 centimeters. I'm saying if you reduce it. If you reduce... Like, I shouldn't even need to pull this up. But 1 meter is 100 centimeters, which means 12 centimeters is 0.12 meters, which is what I punched in. So that means that by this logic, this box is 12 centimeters. But what we see here is not 12 centimeters. That is the issue. Like, I'll try it again. Maybe just something messed up. But yeah, that doesn't seem right at all. Actually, I don't even need to do that because I'm just changing something quick. I can do this. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'll grab these, delete these, paste these, delete that, pack. So yeah, I don't know. To me, that's the thing. Planet Zoo's scales are broken. Possibly. But like at the same time, like a Titan beetle also... A Titan beetle in Steve Irwin's hand is appropriate. Like, that's about right. Like, if a person's hand is about... I would say, on average, a grown man's hand is about 7 inches. That's, like, from the tip of your middle finger down to, like, part of your, wrist. That's approximately, 6.5, 7 inches. Give or take, on a grown man. But that doesn't make sense then that why the other thing was doing it. I don't know. We're going to check it. Maybe it'll fix it. But that bothers me because that doesn't make sense. It looks like it's about the length of an index finger. Yeah, exactly. So that's why... Yeah, I don't know. Because, yeah, 12 centimeters is 4.5 inches, which sounds about right. Slightly smaller than the Titan beetle and stuff. Giant water bug. No, it's still here. Okay, so... I don't know. My lot... That throws out everything I know, apparently, about logic. Like, this is the size of the guy's shoe. If the guy... Or, well, this is a girl. But, like, that's insane. That's a really big foot, if that's the case. So, I'm just going to make the executive decision. I'm just going to shrink it by about half. And just hope for the best. Because especially the other thing is, obviously, we don't have a definitive size measurement. But I'm just going to say right out that doesn't seem right. It's either that or, yeah, like you said, all of Frontier's scales are broken. But from what I can tell, most of them are pretty on point. Like, Frontier is usually pretty good about having everything to scale. Even the stuff that, like, it seems ridiculous at first, like the elephants, for instance. Like, the female elephants, like, being really short seems ridiculous, but no, for some female Indian elephants and stuff, they really are that short, so, like, only, like, 6 or 7 feet tall at the shoulder. But, again, I don't care. I'm just gonna change it now, and we can move on. Because I'm just confused. Math doesn't lie, but someone's math is wrong, either Frontiers or Blenders. But, yeah, I don't know. What's up, Genevieve? How you doing? Don't overwork yourself. Yeah, I know. I don't care. Like I said, I can fix it pretty easily. This is why I need a second set of eyes, though, to, like, help me, like, check the math and stuff on this sort of thing. Packet. And the other thing is I'm actually kind of fine being, or overworking it a little bit because we only have a handful more to do, so hopefully they won't be as crazy. What state would you say Planet Zoo is in right now? Bad, good, or... Depends how you look at it. I think the game itself is finally done. In my opinion, it's finally at the state where if they were to stop updates today, I would be satisfied. I obviously am glad that we're still getting updates, but I am happy that we're at the point where things can be, you know, done. So this should be slightly smaller than the Titan. That seems about right. Okay, that's about right. So either the Titan beetle needs to get bigger, or the Goliath or the water bug needs to get smaller. But either way, that seems about right to me. So, cool. So, let's see. Alright. Time to make number 44. Also, someone messaged me, so let me check that out. Who messaged me? There we go. Okay. So, we are now going to move to number 44, which I believe was the... What was it? I actually forget. Some kind of beetle, I believe. So we'll check that out in just a second. I'll know it when I see it. Let me check what the beetle was. What do you think the next free update's going to be? Like I said, I am definitely thinking we're going to get gift shop items at some point. So a gift shop overhaul, kind of like we had for restaurants, seems rather likely. But I'll have to see. I think it was the tiger beetle. So let's look at the tiger beetle. Learning Japanese time. Hanmyu. I think that's right. Hanmyu is how you say tiger beetle. So give me a sec. Grab the model. Hanmyu. And give that just a second. Grab it. Grab all these. Okay, this one, I don't think I want the wings, so I'll probably just get rid of them. I don't really need them. Because I don't really imagine we'll be needing it flying. That's the only weird thing about beetles, is they all have wings, but you would never know it until they start flying. There's even some weird insects that have wings that, like, you'd be like, wait, what? Oh, I gotta sneeze. We're gonna sneeze live on stream. There we go. I'm expecting bless yous in the comments. Or in the live stream. Kawadi, just pick an animal and just stick with it. You've like been jumping around between different things for like 10 minutes. Actually, what am I saying? For like the last half hour. Just choose like, I don't know. You're Kawadi, do the Kawadi. But if you had to do one that you just said, Rhea or Mouse Deer, do the Rhea. What's up, Andy? Cringe sneeze. I love Andy. Speaking of Andy, we need to record the next Capron. I've had the next episode of Capron done for like weeks now, but Leaf just hasn't been able to record with me. So, if you're wondering where Capron is, it's all Leaf's fault. I have Capron done. I have the whole episode done. I just need to record with him. So hopefully we can maybe do it today. There we go. That's good. 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 Do that one. Do that one. Do that one. File, save as, do the opacity quickly. And I think that's good. That seems like it's all of the things I needed. That's good. Now we gotta do the beetle itself. So the tiger beetle does look really pretty. Leaf cutter ant's gonna be a pain, but we'll do it. That's why I just want to get this one done. I found an ant model offline that I think I want to use as a base, but it's not ideal by any metric. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like for all, it looks like all the beetles use the same base model in Animal Crossing as well. Which, I mean, that makes sense. But that's just funny. I always like seeing like that actually be the case. So, here we go. Don't need the wings. Now we just gotta bring the wings themselves inward. So, do that, and we're good. Maybe not. Because I don't like the way it's overlapping. Oh, I mean, like, I guess I could do it like that. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, cool. This is gonna be the tiger beetle. So, delete that. Delete all of this garbage, change the UV so it's UV 0, and now we need to determine how big a tiger beetle is. But I'm assuming it's 18 millimeters, so we'll grab our trusty cube that apparently has been unreliable and make it 0.018. Okay, which that seems right. So, like, I don't know. Like, this seems right to me. Having this beetle be a little bit smaller than the American burying beetle, but roughly the same size as the other beetle. That seems about right. I just don't get it. But I don't have to get it. I just make mods. There we go. That looks good. Delete all of that. Just delete it altogether. And yeah, so here is our tiger beetle. So, what would you guys prefer? Would you, because what we could do next is I could work on the leaf cutter insect. I don't know if I'll get it done by my 4 o'clock end stream goal. Or we could get some more of the Animal Crossing bugs in. That would be a bit easier. I forgot what we had otherwise on the list. Like the diving beetle and jewel bug. I could maybe get those done in time. If you guys prefer, like, I don't know what you guys would rather see. Would you rather me see me do a custom thing like I did last time, like for the American burying beetle, or get more insects in now so that you can see them in game, and then I can do the leaf cutter insect off camera. I did some building off camera. Oh, that's my favorite thing with like Minecraft videos and stuff. Did some building off camera, and it's like they made like this massive castle or something. I always thought about doing that with actually I did do that early into my Planet Zoo career with Roger Williams. I did some building off camera, and then I did like but for that it was different because I did like backstage areas and stuff that like no one would care about watching. And I usually did them on live streams and stuff. I forgot to weight the vertices, so Blender yelled at me, so I have to refix that. I had blueberry munchkins at Dunkin' yesterday. Or now it's just Dunkin'. It's not Dunkin' Donuts anymore. But I didn't know they even made blueberry donuts. They were really good. They were a little sweet, but they were really good. You should create a sun beetle. They're the most beautiful insect in the world. Orange baboon tarantula. Also very cool. Working on a big, ultra-ambitious thing in ZSU has been development hell. Yeah, I get that. Why do you want to cut leaf? Hello, people. What's up, Joseba? What's my most wanted animal? In Planet Zoo, the gibbon. You technically did that with your San Diego Zoo. Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, did some building off camera, and then yeah, came back. Oh, here's San Leon. I want to do some more live stream. Like, I want to get this pack done, and then I think I'm gonna make a goal for myself where I then do some building live streams for a little bit. Like, cause I get people like my modding live streams and stuff, but like I also know that some people like my building stuff too. That's the issue with my channel, is like it's half modding, half normal, standard, run-of-the-mill Planet Zoo channel, but, like, because I don't get to do enough building on camera, I feel like, other than recreations, I feel like people also then judge me, like, oh yeah, he's not very good at building or whatever, and then I'm like, no, trust me, I can make some cool stuff, I'm good, right? And then, yeah, get back to Roger Williams, and then they're like, yep, that's Roger Williams, alright, that's Capron, alright, so, yeah, I don't know. Kawadi, just make the Rhea. What does a sun beetle look like, though? Sun beetle. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is pretty. I like the, like, it's almost like, the shape, or the shade of, like, an apple. It's like an apple mixed with yellow, which is kind of cool. Alright, tiger beetle. Here it is. Here's a tiger beetle. So, I have a half hour. Oh, that isn't right. Alright, something isn't right. If I had to guess... Yep. Okay. The UVs are flipped. So I need to scale -1. And then move it over 1. Did that fix it? Well, that should fix it. But it didn't, because I don't think I had everything selected correctly. But scale x -1, and then I move it over to line up perfectly, give or take. Cool, that's a lot better. Okay. I don't know how I missed that UV issue the first time. I did the whole thing and I totally missed the UV issue. But, like I said, we have a half hour left, so I think I will just do the leaf cutter insect. Okay, we're gonna do this right now. File, export, MDL2, do that, export. What did I want to look up? We're gonna do a poll. Should the leaf cutter insect have a leaf by default? Alright, everyone. Do me a favor. Answer that poll. Because I need to figure out if I'm just making a leaf cutter insect or if I'm having it also hold a leaf. Because if it's holding a leaf, that's going to be its own set of challenges. Doable, but its own set of challenges. And I'll give that a few minutes. I might even start doing the UI of the other bugs until then. Well, let me check the tiger beetle now. Tiger beetle, you looking better? I didn't pack you. I'm done. I forgot to hit pack. I knew that. I was literally like, as I was loading Planet Zoo, I'm like, I forgot to pack it, didn't I? Yep, sure did. Totally forgot. But that should be good. Let me check what the poll's at. Results, yes. Okay. 5 votes yes, 3 votes no. So it's not like a sweeping answer, but we'll see. Alright. Is the tiger beetle better yet? Tiger beetle. Yes. God, that is a pretty beetle. So now we should be at 44 different insects. So let me do the UI for all of them quick. So to make the UI for the insects, I've been basically going at a roughly, like, take my existing UI, line it up the best I can. So it's like that's roughly the same pose as I had for the other beetle. And now I just do, well, that's a big one, so we won't do that one. That'll be a slightly different technique. But the honeybee, we can do that one quick. So that's the honeybee. Paste that. Honeybee done. Oh. I'm dumb. I hit the... You know how earlier I said, as long as I don't hit the wrong thing, it won't crash? Well, I just hit it, so that's good. You should make 2 models, one with leaf, one without. I could probably do that. That could probably work. So that's good. One moment. Getting a message from Leaf right now. Alright. Let's do the rest of the UI, but not break it this time. So. We got the bee image at least. That's good. But now I have to re-grab my American burying beetle, get the angle about right. So the higher quality the image I can get, the better. So tiger beetle, there we go. So we'll do that quick. So even these tiny little things, they might seem small, but since the UI itself is small, it's not actually that bad. So don't hit the leaf cutter insects. Honeybee is good. Giant water bug, I guess. Was that the only other one we did today? Was that the 4? Oh, and I have to do the other one, the centipede. Which for that one, that's going to be a little bit unique in general. Honeybee, tiger beetle. What's the centipede called? Honeybee, leafcutter insects. There we go. So this one, we're gonna make it a little bit different of a UI. I basically just want to make it kind of match the other one a little bit. which was at this angle. So we have that. Let me check back in on the thing really quickly. I think you should make a reptile terrarium pack with prop reptiles and everything you need to create a terrarium. Yeah, if only I did that. Have you not seen the exhibit prop pack? I am going to expand on it though. But I do have the lights, the lamps and stuff like that, so that's cool. What keys do you click on to get that green screen? Well, so if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you have Ansel built in, or you could get Ansel built in, and you do Control-Alt F2, and it pulls up like a green screen / image editor application, which is pretty useful. So let's see. So UI, textures, icons, grab these. So we'll do the icons quick, and then I'll see how long we have left. But I think we should be able to get to the leafcutter insect by today, hopefully. At least most of it done. It might not be perfect. So 40 is the actual American burying beetle. 41 was this guy, the centipede. So we'll grab that. And then I made this little icon a little bit ago, so that's cool. Yeah, you actually like the exhibit prop pack lights. I was iffy about them when I was even making them, because like it was hard to get them right. I like how in modern day I have custom hitboxes for stuff, so it's not as bad, but yeah, it's not fun. So let's see, honeybee was the second one we did, I believe. So honeybee, we'll put there. Then we did the one that Leaf wanted, which was this one, the giant beetle, the water beetle, or water bug, I don't know what it's called. The really big one, the one that shouldn't be the size that it says it was, but it was. So we'll do that. I like to center them the best I can, even if it's technically not what Photoshop says is the center. You can just kind of eyeball it a little bit. So that one's good. And then finally, we have our newest one, which is the tiger beetle. Which, like I said, so even though it seemed really big or really small on the other one, you posted in here, now it's fine. So I'm not crazy about how jagged the legs are, but yeah, it's whatever. You won't notice. And there's our UI. So to get the UI, drag it back into here, unpack it like so, in an excess folder, and then we're just gonna grab you guys. Where did I unpack them? Oh, I put them in 44. Okay, so I go to model 44, and then I will have my UI. Here we go. So 45, 44, 43, 42, and 41. Grab these files. I can paste them in here for now. Then I grab these, go into UI icons, go into the icons, and I can just kind of do this. And yep, that seems fine. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Pack it. Reload the game quick, we'll check the UI, and we'll be good. Did you do the Madagascar hissing cockroaches? Yes, I did. I did do a Madagascar hissing cockroach. Someone else, I forget who, was working on like the exhibit prop version of it, but I also simultaneously was working on the file. Yeah, so Genevieve, basically I'm working on the bugs right now, but then over time I'm gonna expand the exhibit pack to include more reptiles and amphibians. I think the next update I'm going to do is the amphibian update. So I probably won't do it for a little bit, but eventually I'm going to get all the amphibians and stuff. So there you go. There's the giant water bug. There's our honeybee. There's our tiger beetle. And where is our other centipede? It should be around here somewhere. I don't know why I can't find the centipede. It's like one of the biggest things. There's the Amazon giant one. Where's the red-headed one? Why can I not find it? Is it because it blends in with the snakes? I really can't find this thing. Where is it? It's in alphabetical order. So red. So R. Or it's giant, so G. Giant red. Oh, that one didn't update. That's the reason I couldn't find it, because it didn't update. So, I don't know why, but for some reason, it didn't register the change. So, looks like I gotta do this. Inject that into here. Unpack it, ideally into this folder this time. And then grab 41. If it unpacks. There we go. So we'll do that. Thank you for your service. I love hissing cockroaches. I want to see them. Oh, you keep them in real... That's cool. Grab that, there's 41, delete 41, delete that, and we can just start on the actual leaf cutter insect because I feel confident that the other thing is done. So here is what I have so far. So I got a basic ant model that I'm personally not crazy about, but it's basically the best I got, and I'm lazy, and so I don't really want to start totally from scratch, and I always like to have some kind of base to go off of. I could use the Animal Crossing ant, but it was far too low poly. Like, it's like nothing, essentially. So I will show you what the ant we're working with looks like. It was a weird format, too. That was the only weird thing. Source. Here we go. So here's the ant model. I am not personally crazy about it, but the good news is the mandibles right here are going to allow me to literally put a leaf right inside of it, which, let's check. Do people want me to put the leaf inside it or not? They do. So it'll allow us to just grab the leaf and just put it in directly. So I do want to clean up the mandibles a bit because I don't know what's up with this, but like this is really, it's not the cleanest model. I'll say that one. It's definitely a bit messy. I don't know if it was photogrammetry or what, but it's not a very good model. But again, it's about the best I got. Maybe in the future I'll update it to be a better model or something, but for now it'll suffice. So that's good. Grab that as well, delete these guys. I'm just doing a little cleanup right now. Because, yeah, look at all this garbage. There's a lot of, like, garbage files. Or garbage verts and stuff. Yeah, right there. There's another one. Cool. So, that looks a bit better. So here it is with the texture on it, which this is not a very good texture for what we need, because leafcutter insects are red. So let me actually look up a leafcutter insect and we can check that out. So leafcutter insect, or like I keep calling it a leafcutter insect. It's a leafcutter ant. I don't know why I keep calling it that, but I guess what I should do, so they're pretty much the same as normal ants, right? So that's, you know, not surprising. I do think I'm gonna change the positioning of part of the head. I actually like that it's a little bit angled upward by default, because that's gonna allow me to add the leaf pretty easily. Speaking of Leaf, hey, what's up, Leaf? You're in the chat now. So if I just kind of lower the antennae a bit, we can put the leaf kind of wedged in between those two, and this all seems about fine. So leafcutter insects also have like this kind of, they have like some sharp angles on them, which is kind of surprising. So they have like kind of like, yeah, normally like I wouldn't like, you know, loose things like this, but it actually kind of works for what I need it for. Like these jagged angles and stuff, because for some reason they have them. So I don't know if it's just like a thing in the Amazon, you just get sharp pointy spikes hanging out of you, but it's kind of cool. So we can do kind of like this a little bit. Nothing super crazy or anything. Just a couple of little spikes. Move that like so. And we're good. I like that. Okay. And then it looks like they have a little dip in their body. So we can just kind of... We'll probably use the edit mode. It'll probably look better that way. So they kind of dip a little bit around the middle, like so. So that seems about good. And the legs are fine from what I can tell. It's, you know, obviously it's a leaf cutter. It's going to be very, very tiny. So I think this works for now. So I want to texture this thing. So let's actually delete everything that I don't need. And get it to an OBJ, because God knows I'm not actually using the base thing. So we'll use that. That looks good. And OBJ. Cool. So now we're going to open up Substance, and we're going to start texturing this thing. Nick, if you need to move the antennae to be more efficient, just change the pinpoint of the 3D cursor. Yeah, I know. It's not that big of a deal, though. Can you make a gecko? I would like to. I actually want to see if Mergy still has her gecko, because I really like the one that she started. And maybe, you know, if she's interested, I can try to add it to the exhibit prop pack. Because that's kind of the thing that, like, I like about the exhibit prop pack is if people, you know, obviously some modders have been trying to do exhibit props, animals and stuff for a while. And they'll start them and then they really don't go anywhere or anything, but they have the models done. So I almost want to like just reach out and be like, hey, if you guys want, I can, you know, add them to this pack at least, you know, and credit you and do all that, just so that people actually start having them at their disposal. So, in the texture file. So I did this texture as a base. So this is literally, I just basically took the default texture that they gave me and just made it red, because I think that'll at least give me a solid enough foundation to work off of, even though it's not. Actually, this isn't a very good foundation now that I'm looking at it. It's actually kind of all over the place. Yeah, not really a fan of it, to be honest. I might need the black version as well. But at least it has a normal map and roughness, so that's useful. So I like that. Kind of shows you how important like roughness and normal maps are, because you can just quickly get this stuff, you know, in a good position. Do that, and then do that. Okay. It's something. I don't know if the roughness map or something's messed up on this. I don't know what. I think it's the texture though. Because does this look fine? That's bizarre. It's almost like the UVs and stuff aren't matching what it's supposed to be. Let me check this out. Because I want to say... So the dark bit should be at the bottom. Aha, I know the issue. Okay. The issue that I was having this whole time, the textures that they provide are actually flipped upside down. They're supposed to be like this. Because I'm like, that doesn't seem right. So the whole time, the textures were flipped upside down. That's the reason. Luckily, that's an easy enough fix. So do that, flip it vertically. File, save as, and then we gotta do the roughness. But that would explain why it looked fine in Blender, but janky as hell in like Substance or like anything else. Because in Blender, the format that it already has the texture baked into it, but obviously that's not what we have in other applications. If I brought it into Maya or Substance in this case, all of that gets messed up. So now if I do this, that fixes it. See, that's a bit better. That's what we want. Yep, everything's good now. So that is the messed up one, but that's the good one. Okay. Good in quotes, because it's obviously not perfect by any metric, but it looks okay. I'm still waiting for permission, but when I get it, Beardy come to plant. Is it like a bearded dragon or a chameleon? I actually requested, there was a panther chameleon that I found on Sketchfab that looked perfect for Planet Zoo. That I did reach out to the guy and like asked like, hey, are you interested in maybe like, you know, allowing us to use this for Planet Zoo? Because it was like his old college project or something. And obviously, like, you know, if he doesn't want to part ways with it, totally understand, you know. Or even if I have to pay for it, I might, as long as the price is right, just because it's a really good model. And NDP wanted to make one, but like I just don't know how you would make one better than this. It's like a perfect panther chameleon. So the only thing I'm not crazy about that this thing includes is, let me get rid of roughness for now. So I don't really like these spots. Do you guys like the spots? I don't know. But that looks okay. So I think I'm gonna have it be a little bit of a gradient between the two of these. I think I'll have the upper half of the body be like the more orangish red, and then it'll be the underside can be the, I guess, closer to darkish color. And then, what color are their mandibles? So their mandibles are like a darker red entirely, so let's accommodate for that. Kind of like a deep red, kind of like so. Call this the mouth texture. The real pain is going to be then converting all of this to add the leaf, because the leaf is going to have its own texture and stuff. But where do the mandibles go? Where's their UV map? Is this it? Okay, so it looks like I gotta basically cover this entirely and this entirely. And then that's gonna be a pain, because I wasn't really thrilled about this idea, but I have to kind of manually paint the inside of the mouth. So I basically gotta just do all of this by hand and hope for the best. And then we can darken the whole thing just a little bit. That seems fine. See you next stream. Yep, see you later. Did you know that ants have no uncles because they're all aunts? Haha, funny. Funny. So I do want the original texture though, the original black texture. I need to see if I can find it. I have to like probably re-download the file. Ant. Oh, that was a mistake. I just looked up ant to see if like I still had the download by chance. No, I have 100 files all named like ant eater, ant whatever. There we go. So I need the original texture file. So we'll do this. So I do gotta flip it upside down. So we will grab all of you, flip you vertically, and then do this. But it is 4 o'clock, so this is kind of when I wanted to end today's stream. Now, unfortunately, we probably aren't going to be able to get it in-game by the end of today, because I do kind of want to end the stream soon. But I do want to quickly show off everything we did. Well, first off, let me just try to finish this model up, I guess, the best I can. So just kind of do this. This is the other thing I don't like about it not being symmetrical, is like I can't just do one side easily. Everything is asymmetrical with this. So that isn't fun. But do that quick. That. And then, frankly, the inside of the mouse should probably be black. There's no reason why it's supposed to be whatever that color is. But that looks pretty good for now. So we're just gonna head back into game, and I'm just gonna show off what we did today on stream, and I'm gonna probably call it there. So that'll be good. Thank you, Balin. I appreciate it. Do live streams more often. I will try. Alright, so we will show off all the stuff. So today we did the tiger beetle right here. We did the centipede. The giant red-headed centipede right here. Trying to get a good angle that I can fit them all. The giant water bug right here, and we did the honeybee, which is pretty great. So there you go. So if you guys have enjoyed today's live stream or any others, you can definitely check them out on my channel. I have a whole playlist of all of them and stuff that you can check out. But as always, before I sign off, I want to thank all of my members that have, supported my channel, over I guess the last month, because that's what it would take for you to show up on this portion. But thank you to Super Forgettable, Mike Sheets, Vicky, Max the Man 78, Carlisle, Cullen, Julie, Andy, AxleIX Andy, Leaf Productions, and Marker Gorilla. Thank you all for supporting the channel as always. We are actually at 4 Diamond members. We have 4 Diamond Lion Riders now. That is insane. Because that means that 4 people have been supporting the channel for a year now. Or over a year, I should say. So, thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.